Hi, I'm Doc Chuck here with the Metabolic Minute. Today I'd like to talk about sleep, the S in the big six. Sleep is such an important, probably the main driver for good health. I foolishly used to say, well, I can do more, I'll sleep when I'm dead and stuff like that. That was poor thinking on my part. And I probably took some years off my life by working too hard like that. You got to have a ritual to get good sleep. As it starts to get to the sleep time of 8 to 9 to 10 o'clock, depending on your household, you want to turn down the lights. You want to get off the screens, or if you're on the screens, use blue blocking glasses. You want to quit taking in any food. You want to not eat 3 hours before your initiation of sleep. Also, don't depend on drugs to get to sleep. A lot of the sleep medicines have baggage that have long-term side effects, increasing risk of dementia and things like that. Uh, Once you get to sleep, you want to have a quiet room. I like silicone earplugs that keep things very quiet. Because I tend to slip into mouth breathing, I actually have a mouthpiece that helps keeping my back of my throat open so I don't snore, and I tape my mouth. In addition, you want to keep your room chilled so that you're warm under the covers, but it's a cool room that activates growth hormone and some of the androgens that are so important to activate during deep sleep. And finally, uh, you'll know you had a good night's sleep because when you wake up, you'll feel like Superman or Superwoman, and that's natural and can get that way without drugs. So prioritize sleep. We have much more data on this at Meakin Metabolic Care. I'm Dr. Chuck. Be your own best doctor. Stay curious, stay strong, and remember, think about sleep an hour or two before you go to sleep. Take care, Dr. Chuck.